Oh, that sounds like an echo. Alright. Oh, darn it. Alright. Well, it worked last night. I'm going to keep going. Okay. Alright, so let's see here. We were able to get a few more things done here. We got Font Boy done. We've got the scooter done. Almost. And I'm going to go ahead and move this into the folder. Alright, so here's our e-stuff. Oh, what happened to my... There you go, scooter. Get in there. There. Alright, so everything in the E. So we can get rid of it if we need to. And like I said last time, I'm going to leave these wheels. I don't know how many things are going to cover them up and whether or not we really need to waste some time on that. So right now I'm going to do these quickies here, which are just sort of pseudo icons for the programs, Illustrator and Photoshop, and that shouldn't take too much time. I forget what this is over here. Well, we'll find out. Alright, so let's go ahead, get a new layer, and I want that outside of the E bunch, and hide that out, and now we can see what all is going on in here. Okay, some of these are going to be pretty easy. Oh, that's just the pointer tool. Okay, or the pen tool. Okay. Alright, so let's do these. Don't need fill. And I'm using the pen tool. And don't need fill. Okay. And I really don't need it to be that long either. Keep it close to where it's supposed to be. About there. Okay. And right now I just have a standard line. And just going to go ahead and I want fix to thins again, so I'm going to do this and use my custom line, this one. Alright, and then we're going to do the AI. Another way to do letters is strokes. So I'm going to go ahead and try doing it with just strokes this time. Oh, that was ugly. There we go. Move this over here. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and do this. Alright. And all this is going to be tucked behind the scooter. So, let's just worry about making it look decent. Oh, let's see. About that thick. And we'll go ahead and do opacity just to get a feel of what's underneath. Are we close? Looks like it might be a little bit thicker. Let's see here. I'm just going to do an X and paste in front again. I think it'll work. Let's go ahead and try it a little smaller just for grins. So 2.5. Yeah, I think I'll keep it. Alright, now we need a line here. And I just need a circle up here. And flip it. Alright. And we'll go ahead and go back to 100% on these. Alright. Okay. So, down and dirty. That's gonna work. Alright, and we're gonna go ahead and do another one back here for Photoshop. Back to my custom line. And still going to use lines for the letters. Didn't grab the point. And sometimes an S can be very interesting, and I don't like it. So, one trick that I like, especially when I'm doing this sort of thing, is to, I'll just go ahead, I'll leave this for now, and I'm going to go back into outer space, and I do have this other sample where I went ahead and put it on an angle so I could get something done right. What was it? Some more type. Don't remember. Okay. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and straighten this out and then make my item, and then I'll go ahead and rotate it back into space. What this does is allows you to use constraints when you're building your letters so they keep them clean. If you do it at an angle, then you're messing around too much. Just by switching this and finding a horizontal line and doing your building, then it looks good and you just move it into place. So let's go ahead and I'll just pull a rule down, see where it falls, and then this is locked right here. So the original copy, I believe, is that one. Yes. So I'm going to unlock it, go to it, and where did my rule go? Is it still there? Nope. Okay, let's try this again. Rule, drag it down, get it close to my... Okay, why aren't you doing what you're supposed to be doing? It's on. I can see the layer. It's unlocked. Let's try view, rules. Okay, well, if you're going to be a pain, then I'm just going to make a line like this. And come in here and do a, let's see. Guides, it is show guide, make guide. So I'm going to make a guide out of this. Now, why aren't you showing up? I'm missing something. Okay, I'm just going to do the line, and I'm going to go ahead and view, and can I lock it? Nope, I'm just going to lock it. And I believe that's Control H. Is that right? No, that's hide. And I didn't have it selected to begin with. Do it? Nope. Okay. Alright. I don't have time to mess around, so I'm just going to move this into place. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and do the rotation. Now, if this had a slant on it, I would do the same thing. I would keep the original and then do the slant part first. Why? Because that way you can keep those north-south lines and still build something and then move it back into place to get the right angle. So you would do the rotation so you get it straight like this, and if you had something was really majorly slanted, like this is not, but if it were something like, let's say that what we were working with was this, something like this. Let's quick put a letter in here. Oh, nope, don't want a box, I just want a letter. There we go. And I'll just put a big T in there. Select all, and up it with the arrow keys at the bottom, and Control X, paste in front. Oh, why'd you do that? Where are you? What happened? Okay, put T. Let's just do capital T, Shift T. Okay. Alright, and put this in here, and just quick fill it with white, and just do a center, center, and center. Okay, so let's say this was the original, but we had a slant. So let's say somebody had already taken this and manipulated it. And the way you actually received it was something like this. So let's say it had a shift on it and a rotation. Alright, so you had something like this. You don't know what the angles are for sure. I mean, you can mess with it a little bit. But the easiest way to do it is this. So I want to go ahead and recreate this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up some lines. Let's see if the rules are going to work this time. So go ahead and pick a point that's straight, and I do not know. Do I have hide guides, smart guides, clear guides? Oh, here's why. I don't have show guides on. There we go. Alright, so we've got this, and right now they're locked, so I'm gonna quick clean this up and start from scratch. Guides, clear guides. Okay, so they're out of here. So okay, so this is what you started with. You know, what angle is that? I have no clue. All I know is that it's at an angle, it's been rotated. Now what do I do with it? Okay, so what I do, the easiest way I found, is to go ahead, and I've rebuilt a lot of logos in my career. Back when everything went analog to digital, we had to rebuild everything. So this was the method I came up with. So here it is. Here's the quote-unquote original. And so what I would do, leave this the way it is, and then go ahead and grab it, and then make another copy. Alright, so I never touch this. That's going to be what I use to get it back into this orientation. But to rebuild it, I'm going to go ahead and put in some rules and some guides. So I select the point that I want to work with, and I'm going to go ahead and I should rotate first. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and again create another rule, but I'm going to use the one on top here. Okay, so we got that. I've got it right near this point here. I'm going to come in a little closer, and I'm going to first go ahead and try to rotate it. So I'll select this point, and I'll rotate it around. Okay, so what do we got there? There, boom. Okay, so then what do you do next? You go ahead and get the vertical guide, put it on this point, and then go ahead, grab this, and do a slant. Okay, just the opposite of what somebody else might have done for this. And it pretty much works for everything you have to rebuild. So, so I grab the slant, I select the point I want, there, and then go down to the point I want to move and do a slant. Okay, so now it should be back to the probably the original orientation. So now what I could do, now granted I wouldn't have had a piece of type here, it would just be outlined, and so you'd have something like this. So now I've got it. I can quick rebuild this. I can copy the circles even to see what they are. If I don't want to play with a box with rounded corners, I could actually grab out a circle, and that's probably what I would do. So what I would do is go ahead and I don't want you. Alright, so what I would do is take my original and Command X, put it on a new layer. Come on. Paste in front. Alright, and that's good. So then, at this point, then I can quick rebuild it. I can come in here. Now this would, a lot of times you end up with JPEGs or Photoshop images or whatever the customer has. They have no clue what vector is. And now it's been a lot of years now, and I've been out of the game for a while, but I'm betting this still goes on. You go ahead and talk to a client and you say, oh, look, you have a logo here, and you say, Mr. Client, could I please have the vector file for that? He says, oh yeah, I have my web version. And so he ships you off a JPEG. And it's like, well, no, that's not exactly what I want. Was this ever created by a graphic designer, or did you ever have a EPS file of that? Oh no, we just put it on the web. It's like, great. Okay, so alright, so you've got nothing. You have an old designer that we can contact, anything like that? No, of course not. That guy moved to Puerto Rico, and we have no idea where he is, and he vanished off the map. It's like, okay, great. So you don't have this? What have you been using all this time? Oh yeah, we just have the template that he started with. Great. What is it? I think Fred has it. He used it last, and then Bob, he went ahead and made some changes on it, and Ralph had it, but nobody knows where it is. And you could spend weeks trying to get the real thing, unfortunately. The first thing I do is ask the question, do you have a PDF file? And sometimes they do. So one of the things you can do is you can grab a PDF file and open it in Illustrator. Once you've opened it in Illustrator, a lot of times the vector logo is there. And you just grab it out of there, and you just saved yourself a whole lot of grief. And I would say 90% of all graphic designers have no idea that you can actually password protect your PDF files. I need a pop filter for this. Password protect your PDF files. So you can do that. But most graphic designers don't do it. So what you can do is go ahead and grab a PDF file, open it up, and grab out the logo that you need. If some professional did it originally, then probably the original logo is in there. So you're going to save yourself a boatload of trouble. The next thing is to do this method, which is actually rebuild it. And so again, if it's got this, angle rotation issue going on, then I just quick do it this way. Go ahead and do the quick rebuild. And it's like, okay, oh yeah, this is really tough. We've got, rounded corners, so I can quick grab a circle. And go up here, and let's just lock this down like it was just a JPEG, even though I just built it. And quick build another one. And so you would just come in here real quick. You could go ahead and build a box and do the rounded corners until they match. That would work in this situation. Something more complex, you might have to actually hand draw everything. That's fine. And then you would just go ahead and rebuild this with, shapes, because it's pretty easy to do. Now you wouldn't have the preview mode here because that's gone. You just have what you're working on here. So you can go ahead and come back in and find your points and quick draw something to rebuild this. So you probably do it like this and like this real quick. And then, so we've got that. And okay. Oops, where'd you come from? And then just do a quick circle for this rounded corner. Come in here, and you can just find the two ends of your line, or your shape. Oh, stop. I didn't let go. I'll never let go. I'll never let go. Okay, so quick drag it out to there. I don't know why it's giving me grief. And then let's just say, for the sake of argument, I decided just to use this over and over again. So what I would do is select this, do a quick Control X, paste in front, drag it over to my other side, and do a shift. Oh, why are you being such a pain? Okay, shift, drag it over with a constrain, with the shift, and then I would just grab this. Okay, I don't want you. And this real quick, and do a Control X, paste it in front, quick drag it down into this position. Boom. Alright, and then quick do a Control J. Okay. I just want 1 point and 1 point and a Control J there. And point and point, Control J. Okay. I knew I should have locked you down. Okay. And again, and Control J. Get out of my way. Go. And actually I can just select this and do a Control J. Alright, so now we have a solid shape. Let's just, I don't want to burn your eyeballs out, so we'll use a blue and Command X and then paste them back. Alright, so I've got my new rebuild. Woo! Okay, and I'll even do a join here. So then I've got the letter done. I was able to use all horizontal and vertical lines and shapes, and then I can go ahead and take the whole thing, group it, and drag it in here, and then just match it up. So I have no idea what these angles are or supposed to be. I should do a quick save, so if anything goes wrong, I have this over here. I can try it again. Come in again, just move it into place, and then match up whatever I found as far as the rotation and the slant. So we'll do a, oh yeah, wouldn't that be nice? No, we'll do this later. The newest Windows feature update is here. Great. Let's snooze. Thanks. Thanks for interrupting, Windows. How rude. How rude. Alright, so let's see here. So I would just go ahead and grab this and rotate it into place. Once I've got the line right. And then we'll just go ahead and do that. Slant. Okay. And move it. Okay. Looks like I overshot it a bit. So didn't get it right the first time, but let's go ahead and try it again. Alright, right there. Alright, so let's see how close I was. So, and that was just with basic shapes. I didn't redo the letter or anything. So let's go ahead and take a look. We'll do an opacity. Let's do 50. Look at that. Pretty close. Now, is it 100%? You can get it that way. It looks like we've got a little off here, and you could always tweak it. Let go. Thank you. Let go. Thank you. Okay. So there's a little shift there, but with a little tweaking, it would be fine. And if you're doing like national logos and advertisers and stuff like that, you want to do your best to get it as close to the original as possible. The one good thing is, if it isn't, then they actually go look for something. Go figure. But as long as you're, 90% accurate, most of the time they won't notice. So, anyway, so that's the way I do it. I make sure that I get everything horizontal and vertical as much as I can. Do the rebuild here, and then match the rotations and slants and warps or whatever there might be, so that I have the logo as close to what they started with as I can, and then just do it back again when you're done. And if I wasn't happy with this, rather than going all the way back there, I could or if I don't want to just tweak this and start from scratch, it's right here. Boom, take it in, get it fixed. That way, everything, all the horizontals and verticals that were originally created probably in this way, are showing up at the same angles as when you got this thing. So, anyway, that's a little tip that I use. So, alright, out of here, and let me get rid of this layer. Okay, don't do that. Okay. Alright, so go ahead. Where are you? You gone. This is it. I left my drink upstairs. I'm getting a tickle in my throat. Okay. Okay, so the whole point of this mess was trying to get this PS to look right before I actually do the rotation. So here we go. That's pretty close. I'm just going to come in here, and I already know that this is what I'm trying for, so I'm going to get rid of this guide or line and just quick draw this. So point and point and point and point. Alright, and so let's say that, boy, it's really dragging. What's going on, Illustrator? Oh, I bet you Windows is trying to be a pain. Stop trying to take over my computer, Microsoft. You dogs. Alright, it's not my fault that you let the CS, who's the spies that got into their software? I can't think of it. National Security, that's them. It's not my fault that you had so many holes in your service that they were able to come in and check out everybody else's business. Fix it. Fix it, Felix. Alright, so again, we've got everything at the right angles to make some builds here. And so we want lines on these. Oh, I need to lock this. Okay, lock it back up. Good. Okay, so I'm back here. I'm still trying to draw these letters. And again, I want... they're on the same layer. Layer management, very important. Let's see. Unlock you. Let's see. Yes, I want that. Yes, I want that. Command X. Lock this down. Lock this down. Is this the one I'm working on? I don't know anymore. So I'm going to just come up here, make a new one, paste in front. And I don't want you to get loose. And I'm going to go ahead and lock these guys. And come back in here and try to get this cleaned up so it looks like a halfway decent letter. But I'm not trying for perfection again. I could just type it up, but by actually hand lettering it, it'll look a little more like I drew it in. So let's see here. Oh boy. Okay, much better. Okay, and this point we want in the middle. So up, and then we'll go ahead and drag this down. At the last second, we decided to jump away. Okay. Here. And see, I don't have this horizontal, so I can select all those points. Let's see, Control Alt J, and then I'm going to do vertical and OK. So now it's vertical. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be representational. And I'm just going to throw a stroke on it. I mean, if you wanted to play with custom strokes, there. Oh, that doesn't look good. Anyway, I can go ahead and use my stroke, but I don't want any fill in it. So, I could do it like that. Why not? Note to self, bring drink. Okay, so another trick for making S's. Alright, start at this point and shift to this point and try that again. You want it to look rounded, maybe almost half circle-ish. Go to this point here, again, do it again. This one's a little off, so I'm going to do the direct select tool, try to center that up a little bit. And the nudge tool was a little too much. Again, I'm in here pretty tight. Alright, not bad. Okay. And then the next step is get another handle here. And then bring it to this point, which is the cross. And so. So, we've got this, which is half or part of our S. And there's a little bit too much. Wait, it's just bouncing around on its own here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just bring it in a touch. Okay, so this is what I have. It's like I'm doing the mouse on marbles here. Okay. Come on. Oh boy. Okay. So what you can do is, and this happens quite a bit with a lot of different designs, you might even have seen it somewhere before, but if you take this point here and put on a rotation of 180 and OK, but I need a copy, so we'll try that again. 180 and copy. Okay, so now it's a bit wonky, but really, this is how most letters start. So I actually like this as the bottom. I just need to modify this so it looks like it's more part of the letter. And if you look at most S's, this should come over more so that it's hovering over this point and vice versa. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to join this. Now it's one. And I'm going to, and actually in most situations, this is actually smaller. Let's fix it before I join it. Okay, so right there. So, I'm going to go ahead and, I want to size it down a bit. Scale. Scale from this point. Come in, and I'm actually going to move it over so that it actually aligns with this. Align left. Okay, so here's sort of what we're looking for, but I'm going to go ahead. The nudge tool is just too much. Okay, so it actually comes in a little inside, so it doesn't actually go all the way to the edge here. Maybe like the line weight. So if you wanted to be precise, you can come in, drag this, come out to the edge of the stroke, and then it'll give you a place to work from. And you can go ahead and do it like that. But actually, it might not be a whole line weight. But let's go ahead and go to that point. Okay, so I'm pretty good with that. It's symmetrical but not exact. It comes over this point here, so it's a little bit smaller. Now these points don't line up, so I'm going to go ahead and do a quick cheat. Control J and Control Alt J, and then hit both and enter. All right, so now I think there's a little goofiness here. Yeah, see it. But for the most part, that's not half bad. And so I could definitely come in and tweak this a bit. See, if you look at the handles, they don't line up correctly. So you could actually put these handles together. Let's see what that looks like. First of all, we want to match it up to the line. And is that one matched to the line? Yes. A little bit more. Okay. So that should actually smooth it out. And let's do this. Oh, back to this. And let's do a quick join. Control J. And let's take another look at it. Come here. See, so it's not quite right. So let me fix this. And that. So that's the way I make an S if I was hand doing it. Now again, this should still probably be a little more centered. And so I go to this point. Oh, why are you going to the diagonal? Right there. And then just go ahead and bring this back in a little and this out a little. And that shapes it out. And I mean, the same can go for here. And just select all, take a look at it. See, that's lined up pretty well. I'm going to go ahead and just nudge it a teens. And it's got a little wobble, but it's just representational. So I'm not trying to create a font, I'm just trying to get across that this is a pseudo Photoshop icon. Okay, so go ahead and select these, bump it over, touch, and go in here. Windows is doing something. It's not letting me move my mouse. Look at this. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Let's see if it's doing the same thing for the Wacom. Usually the Wacom works better. Yeah, see, it's not taking over my... it's taking over the mouse, but it's not taking over the Wacom. So time to switch tools again. Let go, let go, let go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to bounce over to the Wacom, grab this. I'm going to go ahead and switch it to these. And it kind of looks like it's sloping backwards, but I'm not too worried about it. Again, it's just for representation. I'm not trying to be too... I guess I'm being copyright friendly. Yeah, we'll go with that. Okay, so got that. Maybe I'll give it a little more weight. Where am I? Let's try 1.5. Okay, and that'll work. And so I have a little icon here. Alright, so, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and select all, and I'm just going to put a name on it. And let's say PS. Okay, let's be accurate. PS. And Control X. Yes. And back to outer space. Come over here and come in here again. I'll get rid of this. Maybe because it's locked. Alright, I'll just put it down first, paste in front. And go ahead and bring it over in the general vicinity. And where are you? Let's unlock that. Oh, maybe it's here. It is here. So we'll lock that back up. So we got layer 18 is what it's called right at the moment. I'm going to delete that out. I'm going to select my new Photoshop icon, and look at that. It's going to be overlapping or underlapping. Which one did I want? I'd actually rather have it overlapping, but I don't know if it's going to show up enough to get away with it. So let's try this. Alright, and what I'm going to do also is I'm going to go ahead and, even though these aren't closed paths, I'm going to go ahead and do a fill, white, and fill, white, and we're going to go ahead and, did I group this last time? Okay, here we go with that stretching thing, with the selection. And if I do my, I believe it's my left or right click on the actual pen, so I've never really used it much, and it obviously shows. So let go, let go, let go, let go. I just want you to let go. It's so annoying. Oh. Spacebar, Alt, Z, anything. I don't care. Let go of the name thing. There we go, finally. Okay. Alright, so let me grab this, this, and this. And we can go ahead and go to effects. Now, effects are actually, well, in this version, in two places. You have warp here, which gives you all these filters. Or you can go to object, which gives you all of the same ones here. And I'm not sure in this version, but in like, let's see, I'm on CS6, the CS55. This one didn't show up in the appearance palette. Well, let's try it and see what happens. Let's go ahead and do arch. And let's just see what the preview is. Nope. I want vertical, and I want it to go on the opposite direction. No, just less. There we go. And do I want it to go thick and thin? Nope. Oh, okay. Horizontal and vertical. Okay, so we want it a little wider at the top. And so now I've got what I want. Okay, and then now I can go ahead and rotate. And let's just see if it's true what I was saying. Appearance. And let's go here. Hello. I want the appearance, please. Oh, that's not appearance, that's why. Where are you? Windows. Oh, it's supposed to be on. Where are you? Oh, it's right here. Duh. Okay, so envelope, contents. Oh, see, I think I'm a liar now. I thought it showed up here so you could alter it. It's an envelope? Let's try contents, delete opacity. So you can alter the opacity. What about this envelope? Okay, let's find out. Oh, I forgot which one I used. Okay, let me undo. Alright, so I'm back to, see, it says mixed appearances. Status, opacity. Okay, so I want this. Alright, do I have it grouped? I do not. So shift, group. Okay, so we got a group here. I think you name these too. I never do name them. I just name the layer. Opacity, default, 100%. Okay. And, alright, so now we've got this. Let me go to Effects, Warp, Arch, and nope, doesn't keep the settings. So let's see, it was about, I don't know, 1013. Let's put the preview on. I do want a little thickness, but I also want it the other way. And let's do it like this. I like that better. And we can get rid of that. I don't want to go too crazy. I still want it legible. Okay. I still want that. Okay. I'm going to call that good. Okay. See, there you go. So now this is editable. The way I did it before in objects, it's not. It doesn't show up in the appearance palette. And I don't know if you can double click on it and still do a fix. Not positive. Let's go ahead. Let me undo it. And let's go ahead and do a couple of copies and see what happens. Alright, so we got one there. And stop. And let me take this back again. We'll do this. Alright, so I've got this one. Let me go into objects. Envelope distort, warps, arch, and we'll go ahead with arch. And okay, it looks like it remembered my settings from last time. Preview. Okay, so it's there. Okay. Alright, see, it says envelope, but look, it's not letting me edit anything. Now, maybe in CC, all you rich people out there, you might be able to do it in that version, but this one I'm not seeing it. So, but if you actually go into effects and do basically the same thing, the warp, arch, we'll leave the settings that I came up with the first time, okay, and boom, see? And again, like I said, I'm in an older version. Maybe they fixed that. But, so now it's there. So I can double click on this and go back and tweak this as many times as I want. But this one here, not so much. It just shows that it has an envelope, but it doesn't allow you to do anything with it. I mean, you can go in and select points and stuff. So like you can actually come in here and select the points that are on here, and if you want to tweak it and maybe make it look a little odd or whatever, you can do it that way. Now this one you can't. So I guess, I mean, it all depends on what you want. If I personally like this because I like to use the tools to do as much of it as, most of the heavy lifting, but there's a benefit obviously to do it this way. So if you want to, and actually you can go in and I believe you can add points to this, what would be considered a mesh. So if you click on it, let me come in here and select, you can put a point in here, or can you? Maybe not, maybe it's only with mesh. Let's see, will it let me? Yeah, no, it's just putting a point on top. Do you have to do direct select? Maybe. Nope, won't let you do it. Not even like this. Let's see, if I hold both. Oh, stop. Come here. Come here. Good pixel. It's not even a pixel. Alright, so let me try again. Good vector. Good vector. Yeah, it's not letting me. If you actually use the mesh tool to make this shape, then you can actually get in here and add points and manipulate them independently. One benefit. But, if this is the kind of thing you want to do, it's available through the object and through envelope distort. See, but if you went ahead and did make mesh, and let's say, okay, 4:4, and let's take a look. Maybe I won't do it because I already have something on here. Okay, let's go back. And nope, I don't want to go that far. Okay, we'll go ahead and get into that another time. And let me go ahead and get rid of this guy because I don't like it as much. I'm going to take you and put you in and do a rotation. I want the center point to be somewhere in here, and go like this. And I'm okay with covering up some of the stylus. Let's do a little more tucking though. See, you're rolling around. Got my hand on the wrong thing here. Oh, look at that. We're getting close to an hour already. Oh, man. Too much talk. Too much talk. Okay. Run. Okay. Good enough. Alright, I'm on separate layers, so that's PS. Let me get to this one. That's AI. Oh, yeah. Especially when you know how to type. Okay. So there we go. AI. So we want the AI to be under font boy. So let's see. Come here. Just do what you're told. Shift and drag it in. How about... Oh, you are just... I guess that's a good thing I'm almost done because Windows wants to take over, I think. Okay, come here, go here. Shift and shift. Okay, you gonna do it for me? No, of course not. Let's see. No, I don't want that. I just want you to move. Okay. And did it work? No, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Okay, let's go back. Let's move it. I just want to get in here, guys. See, they're not letting me into the party. So rude. Okay, let me try this again. Alright, if I hold down the letter, no. If I hold down the icon, no. If I hold down this, no. Let me hide this, and let's try it this way. Okay, I put it underneath, and I put it underneath. Let's try to bring it from the top in. Go on, go on. Nope. Okay, let's show everything again. Go down to here, and you are being so unkind. Come on. See? Even somebody who's been using it forever can forget something. Or not get it to work. Never give up, never surrender. Okay, let's see here. What are you? I don't know what you are. I don't think you count. I'm going to get rid of you. Okay. So I just want you to go into here. No. And let's try this again. It doesn't show. Oh, am I locked? Oh. Duh. Okay. Let's unlock everything. Now let's try. Come on. Oh, you are so picky. Just because it's locked, you won't let me put it in here. Wow. You should not be so tense. Okay, so let's see. I want front of the stylus. Okay, so I want it here. Where are you? Stylus. Right there. Okay, so there's the PS finally. And let's go again. And the AI will in front of the PS over there. Okay, so with much grief, I was able to do that. And so this, oh wow, okay. I think I got enough time. I'm gonna quick do this up because that's this piece here. And so actually it's this one and this one that I'm trying to do. So I think I can rattle that out pretty quick. Give me just a sec here. So I just need the pen tool. I need the pen tool to know how to draw the pen tool. And let's get another layer in here, and it's going to be below the AI. So I'm going to say, hopefully save some grief here. Put a new layer there. And I'll say pen. Well, I'll say Xenon plot. Okay, let's go. Would you stop? Pen. Tool. I'm a tool. Tool. Enter. Okay, so there's the pen. And let me just quick rattle one off. So it looks like it's just a triangle with rounded ends. Okay. Alright, so well, let's do it like this. There and there. And we'll go ahead and flop this. Flop's an old term for reflect. Back in the stat camera days, that's what we used to call it, when you were going to flop an image from left to right. And we want vertical and copy. Okay. So you want to flop the image, that's what we called it. And let's see, we want to line it vertically. Okay, that looks pretty good. A little long. I don't know. We'll find out in a minute. Okay. Alright, looking good. And actually, I think I want to tune it up a bit, so I might just make it a little fatter just because. Alright. So I don't want to take myself too seriously. Alright, let me do a quick join. Oh, no, I didn't do that. Cancel, that's alignment. And they're already aligned. I'm going to go ahead and do a Control J. And I just want the shape here. I don't want the line. So I just want to swap this and no stroke. Alright, and this should be one shape now, so I can go ahead and do a quick align and do a quick line. Shift up. Okay. And what am I doing here? Oh. I didn't pick a stroke weight? Oh, come on, I'm sure I did. Let's go 1. Stroke, why are you doing that? Oh, because I had a fill on? Okay, let's do this. Oh, stop. I had my drag select, or at least a select tool. And let's go stroke none, and let's do this. Stroke, let's see, fill none, stroke black. Okay. And then we just need a little box here. And this one we just want to switch. Okay. So, let's look at the pen tool. It's at a different angle. It's pretty close, except for it looks like we have a blunt tip there. But that's okay. I'm going to tweak it anyway, because I want it to be like this wide. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave it, and I'm going to actually rotate it. But first, yeah, I'm just going to make it chunky. And so I don't have the restrain tool on, so I can get what I'm looking for and do a quick rotation. Actually, before I go too far, I'm going to quick drag it over, because I want to keep the original just in case this doesn't work. And I'm going to go ahead and try this again. I just want to rotate and rotate. Take the point up here, rotate it into where I like it. Not bad. And I'm going to go quick to a... Come on. I don't want the blob. I want this scale tool. I've got my point selected. I'm going to go ahead and bring it down. How much do I want? Okay, so bring it in closer. Okay. Let's call that good. And okay. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck this under here. Just enough. I'm going to quick do this one. Paintbrush. And this one, because I'm really not too worried about it, I'm just going to quick draw it. So come out to the outside edge, shift, then do a shift, then do a shift. Oh, and it hesitated and gave me an extra point, so I'm going to go back and select it again and go shift. Okay, that's terrible. I'll fix it. And come up here. Alright, and just put that in there. Alright, then I'm going to come back around all the way out to the edge. Shift, then shift, and shift. Okay. Alright, and this needs to be a little more rounded. Whoop, come back here. And let's see here. Alright, let's nudge. Not bad. Let's nudge once more. And let's go ahead and keeps. Look at that. I'm moving my mouse. Honestly, I am. Really. Windows, curse you. Okay, so let's see here. There, that's what I want. And I'm just going to quick draw a box that's, I think, going to be close to the width. And rotate it. Again, it doesn't have to be 100% accurate for this thing. I just want it to be believable. And let's put that there. And let's follow the drawing. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to grab this line and stretch it out. And I'm going to go ahead and try to square it up a little bit again. I'm not too worried about this. That looks nice. Okay, so I've got my other two tools here. Alright, outer space time. Cancel. Alright. So, what do we got here? I'm going to come in. And I want to group these. And I can put this anywhere. Anything that's going to... It's so versatile that I can put it anywhere. But it is nice that it's showing up right here with the AI. I mean, the other tools. Photoshop, always used it for photo editing, not as an art piece, as an art creation. It wasn't allowed for 20 years where I was working. Then all of a sudden they said, oh, Photoshop, you can use it for some like art. It's like, yeah, you could. We just couldn't put it in any advertising. So anyway, so what I'm going to do is, well, let's go ahead and swap these just for grins. Nope, I didn't group this, so grab, actually let me put it back so it's out of my way, and group, okay. Alright, and I can fiddle with these all day long until I get the layout I want. I'm not too worried about it. With a thin point, it can hang out pretty far out the edge here. It's not going to mess with my background letter, so I'm not too worried about it. I might even stick something else in here just to fill space. But right now, that's decent, and I can always change it. I'm not even worried about the fill showing up, having the white behind it. It's just going to be the way it is. So right now, that's it. And actually, I think I like this enough that I'm going to go ahead and just toss it into symbols. Now, the nice thing about that, doing that, that means it's accessible. And I'm going to just say pen tool art. And it's not a movie clip, it is a graphic. And we'll say OK. So look, I've got a new graphic now, so I can just drag this out anytime I want. Something I could use over and over again. Actually, I'll probably do the same with this one. And it'll be in my palette until I decide to get rid of it. So, again, well, look, here. We're talking about how to get everything straightened out again. So here's a perfect example. Let's say I want to line up and get this to be horizontal and vertical now. So I can come in here, just pick a spot on here, grab it, and do a rotation. And we're going to use it so it lines up horizontally. Okay, so there we go. Now we can tell where this doesn't meet the horizontal vertical issues here. So I'm going to just do a quick J, and I'm going to do horizontal. I'm sorry, Control Alt J. So now it's horizontal. Let's see if this is vertical. Control Alt J, and vertical, and OK. Same with this one here. Control Alt J. Control Alt. I did not grab anything. Okay, grab it again. Control Alt J. And now that's vertical. And I'll quick do this one so it's horizontal. Control Alt J. Horizontal. Okay. Now, do I like where this is? I think so. Let me see if I bump it a little. It's probably going to go too far. Yeah, looks like it's falling off the side there. Symmetrical, but not perfectly symmetrical. Let's see here. And again, I mean, I could probably take a screen capture of the paintbrush tool and flip it around and do this. I'm really not too worried about it. So, but it does look like it's a bit more squashed. So I think I'll do that just because. All right. Let's try this. A little bit of rotation. All right, I'm calling that good enough. And I don't even care if it's not the same one over there because I'm not using it over there. I'm using it right here. And we got a new symbol. Paint. Brush. Okay, and okay. Alright, so, and not a bad idea to do this. If you got a little piece of art that you think you might use multiple times, throwing it in the symbols is actually a pretty good idea. It's an easy way to save it. You have your assets available all the time. I think you can not rotate, but you know, you can order these by what you use a lot. Actually, I don't know all the functionality here, but you can definitely, you know, hey, you know, I really like this splatter. Boom, throw it in. So, you know, you can have little bits and bobs there for our English folks. And there you go. All right, and if I ever have to go back to it, there it is. So, now I can go ahead and get rid of it. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of my guides that I had earlier. Windows, nope, view, guides, clear. Okay, so here we go. Font boy should be one up, I think. Do I want that line to flash through there? Yeah, it's not hurting anything. I'll leave it. Okay, so, alright, so not a real huge production night, but at least we've got this corner kind of finished off. I have some little hand lettering here. I haven't decided whether I'm keeping that or not, but right now I think that's where I'm going to call it quits. Thank you, sweetheart. Here's the drink I was looking for. I said this is the drink that I was looking for. I left it upstairs, but I had already started. And I had a tickle in my throat. Tickle. Minute Maid strawberry lemonade. If you want to sponsor me and send me a couple crates of that stuff, I'd be all for it. Okay, so all right, so kind of got a few things done, and so we'll go ahead and start next time. Looks like I have a soccer ball. Let's hide everything again. Let's put the guitar. Let's lock that down. What am I missing? My big E or background E. Let's just do this. Let's unlock all. And let's do show all. And again, view from outer space. Okay, so here's what we've got. Again, need a little cleanup on this one. I'm not too worried about it because a lot of this stuff is going to be covering it up, and once it's done, then I can go in and finish that off and clean it up a little bit. I'm not too worried. And you get a feel for it. So next time it's looking like... Alright, so we got the scooter here. We have this piece. I'll bring it up then. A soccer ball. This is a form of speaker. And there's some other items here from Arcade Graphics. Way back in the archives when everything was analog. And a mascot. So I figure we might get, maybe like in this area tomorrow or next time, whatever the case might be. And then I'll go from there. All right, well, if there's actually anybody in here, thank you so much for taking a look. I only have one monitor, so, I'm always afraid to go check. So if you want to leave like a comment in Twitch, maybe I, can get in there and figure it out. And actually, I want to start, answering some questions, but I'm actually trying to get another monitor so that I can keep this junk over to the side, so I don't give up any like security passwords or anything. And then actually, have the stream info showing up, real professional like right now. It's just me, one monitor, so it's kind of rough. So, but anyway, I do have a Twitter feed if you want to leave them there, and I'll try to, put them in with what I'm doing here. Maybe give a little quick tutorial about how to do something you're having trouble with. Yeah, so if you want to do that, go ahead, and I'll try to keep an eye out for it. I'm really bad with the social media things, so. But I would appreciate it, and if I start getting them, then I'll start answering them. Last time I tried, I didn't get them, so, then it's like, oh, look, there was one from, 6 months ago. Well, yeah, I must have missed that one. Anyway. All right, well, that's it for tonight. Thanks for stopping by, or not. Have a good one.